Breaking news! A new episode of Let's Be Frank starting now! Hello all! Okay, so maybe my last couple videos on malls haven't done great, but trust me, this is important. Please don't click off the video or anything like that. I beg you, this is important. You don't want to see malls die, do you? I know you have good memories of going to a mall, at least at some point in your life. And if they're all gone, those memories die with them. Eh? No? Listen anyway. I love malls. I love going to malls. Katrina and I, that's one of our favorite things to do. If we're not watching anime at home or going out to dinner, we're going to a mall to just walk around, look at all the fun stuff, and go back home. Because it's just a fun place to be. But unfortunately, I understand that with online shopping being a big thing and all of that, malls all over America are kind of going out of business, including all the businesses inside of them. Sears, Macy's, a lot of them just aren't existing much anymore, and that's sad. So today, I want to talk about something very close to my heart: how to keep malls from dying. Because we can save them. So first of all, let me just say, without malls, we're going to be missing out on a lot, guys. Trying on clothes is going to become a thing of the past. You're going to order something and hope to God up above it fits, because if it doesn't, it's just a whole ordeal of sending it back, reordering it, hoping it arrives to you on time and doesn't get lost in the mail. It's a lot. I get that it can be convenient, but at the same time, there's a lot that can go wrong. Not to mention, we would lose so many stores. Hot Topic, FYE, GameStop, Box Lunch, Victoria's Secret. Most of these stores that you find in malls, you really can't find anywhere else. Some of these stores that I mentioned do exist outside of malls, but it's rare. Alright, now that I got my mini little rant out of the way, I said my piece, let's jump into this. You gotta make people dependent on malls. It can't just be somewhere you can flitter to and from when Christmas time rolls around. No. You gotta be dependent on those things. So let's start simple. First things first, restaurants. A lot of malls, they have a nice food court. Some of them have not so nice of a food court, but still. And that's it. That's all they have. You need to add real restaurants to malls. That's number one. Add real restaurants to malls. So a lot of malls already have real restaurants, right? You got places like the Florida Mall, the Avenues, Altamont Mall, I believe, if memory serves, I might have gotten one of those wrong. They all have real restaurants there. I know like the Avenues in Jacksonville. They have Buffalo Wild Wings, which I like to frequent a lot. Having other popular restaurants right there, super convenient. Go to the mall, walk around for an hour, go get something to eat, go home. That doubles the amount of time you were in the mall. And I kind of already said this a little bit ago, but a multitude of stores is very important. Clothing stores are good, but malls seem to be like 80% clothing stores, you know? Even the fancier ones, like the Mall Millennia. Their stores are either clothing or like accessories, and that's good. Obviously the mall's doing extremely well, but sometimes branching out is important. Stores that sell video games and toys and collectibles, stuffed animals, all kinds of stuff like that. It's important to have a multitude of things to sell in your store. So besides actual like stores to go into, a lot of malls have movie theaters and some have arcades attached to them that draw people in super well. But that can't be all you have. The Lake Square Mall has the most insane arcade I think I've ever been in. I already mentioned it in my second Florida Mall tier list video, which you should please go watch. But even though there is so much to do inside of that mall, that's all it has. You can go go-karting, there's plenty of arcade games to play, there's axe throwing, there's bowling, an escape room. You got everything until you get to the actual mall. The mall's still going to be dead. It's just going to end up being an arcade attached to an empty building at some point. And a lot of malls do already have movie theaters. The Oviedo Mall The Altamont Mall has one right there. And movie theaters are good. It's just another reason to go to a mall. Say you buy a ticket for a movie at 5:30. You get to the mall at 4:45. You have some time to walk around the mall before going to see your movie. The Oviedo Mall is smart. There's a Dollar Tree in the mall where you can go buy candy beforehand, then go in to see your movie. And this is good because now it allows movement through the mall. You get to see other stores. Are there any deals going on? As we're going to talk about more later, about synergy. Alright, so we just talked about movie theaters and arcades. Great to have in a mall. In addition to your shopping, you can do a little playing. But let's take this a step further. You put the grocery store in the mall. People have got to not just want to go to the mall, make them have to go to the mall. You see, here's what I mean. You put a Publix or a Target or something, or a Costco even, if you want to go really big. You put that stuff, attach it to the mall. Don't just make them next to each other. You attach it to the mall. And then if people go grocery shopping, they can pick up other stuff. Like one thing I buy when I go grocery shopping, I like to pick up this blueberry barbecue sauce. I talked a bit about it in my blueberry video I did a while back. Sorry, I'm talking really fast here, guys. I don't want to take too much of your time. Say you do your grocery shopping at Publix, and you want to get some hot sauce as a part of your shopping list. You don't want just any hot sauce. You want some of that good Pepper Palace hot sauce. Well, there's a mall conveniently right there you can go to. Do your grocery shopping and your clothes shopping at the same time. Pick up a present for your niece for her birthday from the local FYE. Synergy. And you may be thinking, Frank, there are no grocery stores attached to malls. That's not something that happens. You're wrong. If you would have watched my Malls Outside of Florida video, which nobody did, but if you would have, you would know that when I went to Norway, there was this giant 3-story mall I got to spend a lot of time in, and it had a big grocery store attached to it. This is no small potatoes. This was a giant grocery store. It's called OB. O-B exclamation point. OB. Giant opening. You can just walk right in. So this is possible. Now, it may be difficult to add a grocery store to an already existing mall. I'll say that. But with some malls, like Oviedo and Volusia, I say again, who have just lost their Sears, that could be a great opportunity to put the grocery store in as it is. You know, you already have the space. Does that make sense? It does make sense. It does. So here's my grand idea. Here's the best part. Grocery stores, arcades, movie theaters, this is all good. This is all we need. But auto body shops. That's it. That's it. This is where it all starts to come together, so hear me out. I'm going to talk fast, so hear me out. Say you need your oil change, or your tires rotated, or you just need to go pick up new windshield wipers, you know, because that's constant maintenance you need to do for your car. Well, if there was an auto body shop like Advanced Auto and like a general mechanic combined, you attach that to the mall, and again, I say attach. Now, obviously, you're not going to be working on cars in the middle of the mall or anything, but think to something like Sam's Club. I don't know if Costco has these, but I know Sam's Club does. They have car maintenance areas attached to the building. They display all their tires right there for you to see, and then they have glass doors leading out to an outside garage where they work on cars. Now, the Sam's Club I worked at had like 2 places for cars to sit, maybe 3. You extend that, you double that or triple that, and again, things cost money, but we'll get to that later. You double it or triple it, you can fit so many cars in that bad boy, and get this. While people are getting their cars worked on, sometimes you gotta sit there for a while it's being worked on, right? Perfect opportunity to walk the mall. Maybe eat at the food court or one of the restaurants located nearby. Maybe they told you this is gonna be like a 4-hour thing. You don't have anybody else who can pick you up and bring you back when your car's ready. Maybe you can go see a movie while you're there, huh? Okay. Now that I mentioned all that, let's get to the best and most important part. Coupons. Yes, you heard me right. The biggest idea here, the most important part is coupons. Hear me out. Need your tires rotated?
While you wait, why don't you take this coupon to H&M? Or maybe this card that, when brought into Bath & Body Works, will get you a free hand sanitizer. But if you spend $50 at Hot Topic, you'll get a free oil change. Maybe the Publix or Costco that's attached to this mall has coupon books for things inside the mall. It's all about synergy. If somebody goes to the mall to eat dinner, make sure they return the next day to buy some new pants. If somebody goes to pick up a Funko Pop at FYE, make sure they want to stop and get half off a Wetzel's pretzel. I understand all of these businesses are independently owned, but if we're gonna keep malls alive, we're gonna have to tap into the power of friendship.
Okay. And finally, guys, just one more thing. The last thing that could help save a mall is a living quarters. And I'm being serious. It's rumored the Volusia Mall, where our Macy's used to be, they're gonna be putting like apartments in that general area. Now, when you first hear that, you're like, okay, that's weird. I don't know how I feel about that. But really, it's a great idea. When I said you need to make people have to go to these places, you need to make people dependent on these malls, this is the best way to do it. All these people have to do to go grocery shopping, get new clothes, see a movie, go bowling. If we take all the advice I have and put it all into one perfect mall, all they have to do is walk down the hallway, and then they're there. Now, obviously, I'm not trying to make people never leave the confines of this one building, obviously. But having people that routinely rely on the mall, day in and day out, isn't such a bad thing. Saying it out loud sounds almost a little culty, but I promise it's not. Look at other places like One Daytona here in Volusia or Tanger Outlets. These places have apartments right there. These are all outdoor locations that have clothing and restaurants and arcades sitting right there in them. And directly next to them, pretty much smack dab on top of them, are apartments, living quarters. You got the Tomoka Town Center and the one next to it at Tanger Outlets, and you have Icon Daytona next to One Daytona. And then you look at the Florida Mall. They have hotels lining one of the outside walls. That's not much different. Sure, you're not staying there permanently or anything, but you still have living areas, temporary or otherwise, attached to your mall. It's really not that far-fetched. That's all I have to say. Now, listen. I don't know anything about economics. I don't know anything about running a business. I don't know anything about keeping a business alive, you know? I just like malls. And honestly, all of these ideas sound great, but opening up an entire mechanic attached to a mall isn't as easy as it sounds. It's money, it's contracts, it's time. But here's the point. Opening up a clothing store in a mall may not pay off. It could be here and gone again in no time. But people are going to consistently need mechanics. They're always going to go out to restaurants. Arcades may not be a must in life, but you go into one 90% of the time, it's packed with people. It's possible, guys, to keep these malls alive. We can do this. We just have to put in the effort. We have to be the people to keep them going, to keep the money. Yeah, this is a big thing, I understand, but keep the money flowing. Because once malls are gone, it's gonna be hard to bring them back. You have one generation without malls, not a lot of people are gonna understand why you want to build them again in the first place. The future's coming in full force, everybody. Let's not have some of the best parts of today left behind in the dust. I have been Let's Be Frank. I just had to get all that off my chest. Thank you so very much for watching. This was a very disjointed video from the heart. I haven't done one of these in a long time. But this means a lot to me. And in my own jumbled up mess of a brain, I just wanted to get that across to you guys. It's possible to say these things. But if you like this video, why don't you give it a like? And subscribe if you have not already. Please, that means so much to me. Follow my Instagram and Facebook, LetBeFrank2020. And I never say this part, but to get updates on when I post videos, or specifically with my Instagram, when I do have to miss a week. And follow me on TikTok at Let's Be Frank TikTok. All that being said, thank you so very much for watching. Let's go out there and save the malls. Until next time!